Now, here's meteorologist Pete Mangione with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
Well, our initial question as we started this weekend was how much snow are we getting? Now the question is, are we getting snow at all? There may be regions which get shut out. No snow as we go into tomorrow morning. Let's talk about the Monday morning commute. Now, we'll still throw a slight risk of some impacts. We're talking about the possibility of some slick roads. Remember, any place that gets a coating could see some of those road hazards out there. So maybe allow for an extra few minutes. I'm not anticipating any major impacts to the Monday morning commute. The cold moves back in. Now that slides back in tomorrow, but you are really going to notice it tomorrow night into Tuesday with some of those numbers going down back into the single digits. I know it seems like we just went through that. In fact, we did the past 24 hours. And then the end of the week, we'll see some changes. Milder temperatures start to work in, but this does come at a cost with a chance of some rain and snow, especially by the time we get into Friday. We look right now at live Pinpoint Doppler 12. Pretty wimpy in terms of the snow, not seeing anything actually hitting the ground. You may notice a few flakes in the air down towards westerly over the next hour to 45 minutes as these continue to kind of brush the coast. Let's talk about our Futurecast. I showed you this earlier. I'm going to walk you through it again a little bit slower this time just to point out a few key things. All right, key point number one is that as we head into the wee hours of tomorrow morning, that is the time where we get clipped by this band of snow. But notice the sharp cutoff with the moisture. So I'm still thinking some light snow along the coast. Up here, even though you don't see the blue, snow is still possible, but it will be rather spotty. That's why it's right up in here, especially north and west of Providence, where you may get no flakes at all. Now we go into the noon hour, still mostly cloudy. Most of the snow should be over with by this point. Could be some ocean effect snow left over here out across portions of Cape Cod. By the late afternoon, potentially actually a little bit of sunshine, but it's going to be very cold. Temperatures in the 20s, wind chills in the teens. So when we add everything up, it's not a lot. Earlier this evening, I had a dusting to 1 inch. Now I have 0 to 1 inch. Still some isolated spots could hit that 1 inch mark, but most of us, I think, closer to a dusting or simply nothing at all. Here is change number 2 I made to this map. Initially, I had 1 to 2 inches. Now I've dropped it to a dusting to 2 inches. We may get some banding setting up at the coast where some isolated areas hit the 2 inch amount, but I think most of us at the coast closer to that dusting to perhaps 1 inch of snow. So you get the idea. Not a big storm. The bulk of it stays offshore. Temperature in Providence right now at 34. Winds are out of the north at 7 miles an hour. Other temperatures checking in, not too bad. 30 for Gloucester, 32 Coventry, 34 Newport, and 34 in New Bedford. Now you can see that the precipitation this evening has primarily missed us, but the energy we're watching for overnight is still back here in Pennsylvania. That's why we can't rule out some additional snow as we go overnight into tomorrow morning. It's just not going to be a lot. Temperature-wise, watch what happens as we go through tomorrow afternoon. The sunshine tries to warm things up, but it's not successful. Low to mid-20s, the best we can do. And again, with a brisk wind coming in from the north-northwest, it's going to feel like it's in the teens. There is Tuesday morning, single digits in the northwestern suburbs and teens for the rest of us. So very cold stuff on the way. That cold weather continues for Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday. Chance of a little snow on Thursday, and then watching that rain-snow mix on Friday. But at least we get the low 40s back in the forecast by the end of the week. That feels, rather balmy considering some of the temperatures we have on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, and also the lack of snow, I guess,
yes,
potentially.
Yes, I know. It will eventually improve. It's just been kind of a rough pattern lately.
All right, Pete, thanks so much. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 10, a frightening near miss. A tree comes crashing into a baby's nursery.